Right, in this example I'm going to show you how the wave generator works. Now if you get your tool options up, it's under your creativity toys, you'll see this option called enemy wave generator. Now it doesn't appear, you have to unlock it by obviously getting money and buying it from your toy store. And you'll also notice that when you place one of these items, got that little item there, that's the direction that the enemies are going to be facing when they appear, so you can rotate that in different ways. Now like before with the other generator, I need a trigger to make the wave come to life, and you can either have a button, you can either have an area, trigger area that you walk over across, which I've shown you in one of my other examples. You've got a trigger area that you walk into and it triggers it off. A target, if you shoot a target and when you hit that target that sets it, or press a button. In this particular example I'm going to use a trigger area because the trigger area the user won't see, so they won't realise, the player won't realise they've gone into that screen. So I've selected those two options, and I'm now going to come out and go back to my character, and I'm going to make sure that when my guy walks into this area, that will set this wave generator to go. Okay, so I'm going to highlight that, go to the settings of that one, and when you'll notice I've got a number of options, but you'll notice I've got two settings now. I've got configure wave and I've got my properties. I'm going to go into configure wave here, and you'll see there's no creature selected, so pressing that add button allows me to pick any one of the enemies that I've unlocked by playing the various levels and games. So you can scroll up and down, and you can click on as many times you want a creature. I can add 4 or 5 of the same one on, I can mix and match them, but you can pick which enemies you want to appear. Now when I run this wave generator, all the enemies I've selected will appear over a period of time that I set with the settings. So I go through there and I can confirm those little items there on the screen. So I pick up my 3, there my list. I've now got my 3 enemies. So when this wave generator runs, I'm going to have 3 enemies appear. So if I now circle back out of this and back to my list of options, just circle back, I'm going to go down to the properties. And in here you've got various other settings that you can play around with. So I'll just go up and down here showing you the various different types. You can enable a countdown, so it'll tell you there's 1, 2, 3 and the enemies are going to appear, so you can give the unit a bit of warning. You've got a generation delay, you've got disable generation effects, so they just suddenly appear. You can hold all generations, you can switch them on and off, you can have it team related. The main one you can use is this one, which is the generation delay. Do you want it to be 5 seconds, 3 seconds? So basically every 3 seconds in this option this creature is going to appear. So now I've set those properties up, I'm going to come back out of here. I'm now going to go to this little option here, and I'm now going to highlight my area. I'm going to press the square button. So when I press that in there, I say, right, let's create a new logic connection. And when you walk into that area, so when you enter that area, yeah, when any player does it, so player any, I'm going to now go over to my wave generator, and I'm going to whack in my trigger that and do the square, and I'm going to generate wave. And that is now set, that connection is now set. So when my player is playing, they'll walk into that area without realising it, and that will fire the signal to this wave generator, which will then say, please go and generate me those 3 characters. And now we'll look at those other settings in a moment, but that just gives you those items that we've done. So if I take my wand off, walking around in my game, you can't see the trigger area. So as soon as I walk in, see, like, it disappears. So as soon as I walk into that particular area, oh no, what's happened? An enemy appears, but I thought you said there was 3. After a count of 3 seconds, another enemy appears. After a count of 3 seconds, another enemy appears. So you now have these 3 creatures I've now got to fight and defeat. Yeah, and they've appeared there onto the screen. Now, every time I walk into that area, another 3 enemies are going to appear. Okay, so you'll be wary of those items. So I can blow those items up on the screen. Right, I'm just going to get rid of those. So that there theoretically is your wave generator, and that's the basic settings, and I've got it triggered if you work into a particular area or well, what I'm going to do now is bring my toys back up again. I'm going to do something slightly different. I've shown you how to when you get an area it triggers an event. But what I'm going to do another is I'm going to do the opposite. When an event occurs or has been completed, I want to trigger an event. So I put this party popper here on the screen, and I'm going to make a connection to that item. And in this connection I'm going to get it to explode, yeah? But explode, when does the actual item explode? The item explodes when the wave is defeated. So this is the other way around. That item will explode once the trigger comes from that particular item. So if I now walk across go across into my area. Dun, dun, dun. Oh no, 3 enemies now appear on the screen. So if I now kill these 3 enemies, as they all get delayed, let's kill them all in one go with my super toys. Yeah, thank you very much. Look at that. Yeah, and there you go. The party popper explodes. I've saved the day. And that's the wave generator. I find that's the best one to use. You can be more creative and comes up with options. So I hope that helps. Thanks a lot.